Hi, hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back for another ASMR 30 Facts lesson or video. Today's subject is one of the most interesting in the history of Roman Empire, the Punic Wars. Well, the Punic Wars were a series of conflicts fought between the Roman Republic and the Carthaginian Empire from 264 BCE to 146 BCE. Well, the term Punic is derived from the Latin word Punicus, which means Carthaginian, relating to Carthaginians' Phoenician ancestry. There were three Punic conflicts. The first Punic War, 264 to 241 BCE. Rome ultimately prevailed and Carthage ceded Sicily to Rome in the Treaty of Lutatius. The second Punic War. Well, the war was most famously associated with the Punic general Hannibal Barca, or Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca, who crossed the Alps with his army and won several significant battles in Italy. But the aftermath is, despite his success, Hannibal couldn't defeat Rome. And the third Punic War was from 149 to 146 BCE. The Romans, fearing of resurgence of Carthaginian power, besieged and destroyed entirely the Carthage. The city was completely destroyed in 146 BCE, and the territory became a Roman province called Africa. Alright, so that was a long intro for this video, so let's start now by unveiling the 30 facts about. And first we're gonna start with just a moment. Somewhere there's okay. First, it's the term. The term Punic, it's derived, like I said in the intro, from the Latin word Punicus, which means Carthaginian, with Phoenician origins. The second fact, it's Hannibal's oath. Well, here, according to the legend, Hannibal's father, Hamilcar Barca, made him swear on oath of eternal hostility towards Rome. Interesting, right? Okay, so stone and so on. Well, the next fact is related to elephants. Elephants in the Alps. Well, this might sound very intriguing, but Hannibal, the leader of the second Punic Wars, Carthaginian's army, was famous for crossing the Alps, and he brought war elephants. Although many of them did not survive in the harsh journey, but this was one of the most important facts. So he used in European battles on European territory war elephants. Okay, we're gonna stay in this area of elephants, and the next fact, let's say also so, I have here a paper with some facts and I randomly choose. Okay, so stone. Elephant tunnels. Well, during the First Punic War, both Roman and Carthaginians attempted to use war elephants in naval battles. Well, the most coolest and mystery fact is that the Carthaginians even equipped some elephants with special containers to breathe underwater. Well, that's brought us to the first amphibious or submarine elephant. So let me be concise. Carthaginians even equipped some elephants with special containers to breathe underwater. Wow, that's wow. I don't know if they succeeded, but since this is a fact, there were some attempts. Right. So it's not right now. Alright, so cosmetist. Okay. Naval innovations. The first Punic War saw Rome reconstructing a fleet from scratch, demonstrating its adaptability for naval warfare or maritime warfare. This one. Okay. Okay, the next fact is Roman Corvus. Roman Corvus. Roman used the Corvus, a boarding device with a spike to secure enemy ships during naval battles. And so the name of the tool is Corvus. Carthaginians mercenaries. Okay, Carthage relied heavily on mercenaries and its armies, leading to internal strife and its struggle to pay them. So, Carthage relied on mercenaries for its army, leading to internal strife when it struggled to pay them. Cool, interesting. Alright, now sometimes the next one. Roman religious omen. Before the Battle of Cannae in the Second Punic Wars, the Romans observed unusual celestial phenomena, consider ominous signs. Ominous signs. Okay, so it's not okay. Now, the next it's Battle of Mila, the first Punic War. The Battle of Mila featured the first recorded use of naval ram, a device that has to worship for ramming enemy vessels. So the first naval ram. Taking into account that the naval vessels of that period were constructed out of wood, that ram I think was very useful. So they used the first naval ram in the Battle of Milan. Okay, the next fact about the Punic Wars. Well, the Roman military reforms. Well, the Second Punic War prompted Rome to make military reforms, including the professionalization of the army. So before that, there were volunteers, or we can say conscripts, depends. So the next fact, it's about the now that this one is interesting. Hannibal's eye patch. Hannibal lost an eye during a siege in his yacht, which is why often he's depicted wearing an eye patch. Okay. Next fact. So it's Spanish allies. Hannibal secured support from various Iberian tribes, contributing significantly to his army diversity. While taking into account he led an army mostly formed by mercenaries, so this kind of war aid with allies was very beneficial, right? So it's not good. Good as the next fact. Let's see. Okay. Fabius Maximus. Quintus Fabius Maximus, known as Cunctator the Delia, was a Roman general who practiced a strategy of avoiding open battle with Hannibal. So this is kind of tactic used also in the ancient China, right? Fabius Maximus Quintus Fabius Maximus. So that's good. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Siege of Sagnatum. The Siege of Sagnatum marked the beginning of the Second Punic War and lasted for 8 months. Siege of Sagnatum. Okay. Now, one of the most interesting Archimedes inventions. Well, during the Roman siege of Syracuse in Sicily in the Second Punic War. The famous mathematician Archimedes invented various war machines to defend the city. Archimedes. Okay. Right, next. Roman ransom. Wow, that's interesting. After the Battle of Cannae, Rome faced severe manpower shortage, leading to release of Roman prisoners of war by Hannibal. So, in exchange of a ransom, of course, in exchange of a ransom. That's not. Next, the marble blockade. Rome imposed a marble blockade on Carthage during the Third Punic War, preventing the city from rebuilding its walls. Okay, just straight a moment. They had walls out of marble. They had marble walls. Oh my god. I think the city will look astonishing. Right. So let me repeat this one again. Rome imposed a marble blockade on Carthage during the Third Punic War, preventing the city from rebuilding its walls, so the siege can be easily and the city can be easily conquered, right? Very interesting. Let's say marble walls, right? Massinissa alliance. Massinissa, a Numidian king, switched sides during the Second Punic War, providing crucial support to Rome. Oh, that would hurt, right? Yeah. So let's talk. Okay. Next, Cato the Elder's speech. Cato the Elder famously ended all his speeches, regardless of topic, with the phrase, "Carthage must be destroyed. Carthage must be destroyed." Cool fact, right? Cato. Okay, the next. Well, it should be. Let's randomly pick one. Roman war loans. Roman funded the Second Punic War through a series of war loans, leading to the creation of the first state treasury. So war loans. Oh wow. So that was the Second Punic War must be the most expensive one in the history of Rome, if they adopted a special state treasury for that. That's right, war loans. Next fact. Oh, Hasdrubal had during the Second Punic War, a Roman commander sent the head of Hasdrubal, Hannibal's brother, to Hannibal as a gruesome gesture and as a provoke. Okay, so the Hannibal's brother was beheaded, and the head was sent to the Hannibal's. Okay, this was a very gruesome gesture, right? So Hasdrubal's head. Carthaginian or Carthaginian sacrifice. Well, the next fact, Carthaginians were rumored to practice child sacrifice, a claim that was often used as propaganda by their enemies. That was very sick if it was true. Okay, some other child sacrifice. Next fact. Well, Gaius Tullius triumph. Well, Gaius Tullius, the Roman admiral who won the Battle of Mille, celebrated his victory with the first Roman naval triumph. Okay, it's Mr. Right, so right there's where there is a fact, because if the Roman was a very great empire in terms of naval army or maritime warfare, well, it was not a very strong part of the Roman army or strategy. They were very good at a landed battle, not at maritime one. Right. Scipio's invasion in Africa, next one. Scipio Africanus, the Roman general who invaded North Africa during the Second Punic War, prompting Hannibal's return from Italy. So Scipio invaded Africa, and that gave the Hannibal, who was at that point in Europe, to give them second time, and he returned from Italy, abandoning the siege of Rome. So he was returned again in Africa to face Scipio. Good. Battle of Zama negotiations. Well, before the Battle of Zama, there were failed attempts at negotiations between Scipio and Hannibal. Scipio and Hannibal. So the two guys, they really met in the battle. Numidian cavalry. Numidian cavalry, led by Massinissa, played a crucial role in Scipio's victory at the Battle of Zama in Carthage. Right, so even the Rome had their own allies on African soil. Numidian cavalry. And the next fact is the end of Carthaginian Empire. The destruction of Carthage marked the end of once powerful maritime empire. They were renowned, the Carthaginians were known for their fast attacking naval vessels. Yes. So, who would outtake the Roman slow maritime vessels. The next fact is the Roman expansion, right? Because it's an empire. So what happens after the Punic Wars? The victory of the Punic Wars significantly expanded Rome's territory control, laying the foundation of the Mediterranean dominance. Right. So this was some sort of win-win situation. No, an only win-win situation for Rome. Right. One of the last facts is about Hannibal's exile. After his defeat in the Second Punic War, Hannibal went into exile and served foreign powers, including the Seleucid Empire. And now the last fact, the Third Punic War legacies. The destruction of Carthage in the Third Punic War left a lasting legacy with the phrase Carthago delenda est. Carthage must be destroyed, symbolizing a Roman determination for conquering. So that's okay, and this one was the last fact from our list, and we can say I touch also this subject, a very interesting one, the Punic Wars, which by the way was a request in one of my comments on my previous videos. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much for watching. Until next time, which will be I think tomorrow, I wish you all the best, all of you. Bye bye. So that's not okay, so that's done. Let's try to send this one.